Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Veronica. If you're new, welcome. And if not, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about really overcoming anxiety. And I know this topic is everyone's different, and everyone goes through different challenges. And of course, like I'm just going to give you what has helped me and, my journey, but definitely I'm not a professional. So, with that being said, um, honestly, I totally get is challenging because in the moment, especially if you're feeling that it's a challenge. Sometimes you don't see the light in the end of the tunnel. Sometimes in that moment, your body is sometimes going against you sometimes, like you might have these attacks or you might like just feel unmotivated or you just might feel like those thoughts, those negative thoughts, those limiting beliefs are more powerful than yourself. You might feel like that's overcoming the good. And you might not see a way out. You might not even see the light. You feel me? Like you might not see all the good because of that. It's kind of soul sucking. I kind of see that as an enemy. And so what I think has helped a lot for myself, you know, and what I think really it's just I know it's easier said than done when I'm like, it's a mindset thing. I say that lightly, but you have to not let that overcome you. You have to be stronger than it. Sometimes it's just, you just listen to it, it's telling you something. Sometimes when you're so far away from who you are, your authenticity, that may cause depression and anxiety, you know? So you have to be gentle, be your own best friend. Like, honestly, be your own best friend, hold your own hand. Because sometimes you may not have anyone to hold your hand. You may not have people that understand you around you. So you have to be as gentle and as kind to yourself and understand that those things don't mean they're true. It doesn't mean that it's true. Maybe it's your ego, it's ego based. And you have to kind of focus on the good, focus on the light, focus on and have faith on yourself, like I may feel like this right now, but doesn't mean I'm going to feel like this tomorrow, next month, next year. And I'm going to bet on myself and I'm going to do what has to be done to honor myself and commit to myself. And even if that is just going on a nature walk for 15 minutes, I'm going to do that. If that's the only thing I do today, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to just tell myself kind, loving words. And something else that I really, 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 really recommend is releasing that suppressed energy, because sometimes we have so many things suppressed in our body and we have shame around feeling those feelings, but you have to just look at it as an emotion, energy in motion. You have to allow yourself to feel those things. You have to let yourself just allow them to flow, allow them to be heard. Doesn't mean they're true, doesn't mean fall into the story and believe it, because your mind, your ego might start projecting things like, oh, it was your fault, or oh, it's that situation, that person, that thing is, it's not you. It's trying not to take accountability, or maybe it does blame all has all the blame on you. But you have to literally, oh, the light went off. You have to literally choose yourself and know that those thoughts doesn't mean they're true. What you are is love, joy, bliss, abundance. It's who you are at your core. And if something makes you feel not good, that means it's not who you are. You're just holding on to something. Maybe it's a belief, an identity, a story that you have to let go of. And yes, it's challenging, but you have to be as kind as possible to yourself. Allow yourself to feel those things. So that energy that's being stored in your body has to be released. And it might be very, very intense. The couple two first, if you do it a couple times, maybe 5 times, maybe 3 times, maybe it's only once. It might be very intense. But after that, that energy starts getting smaller and smaller. That anxiety or that sadness starts getting smaller and smaller, starts being released, almost like dissolved. And Then, a memory usually triggers emotion. So whenever you like let go of all those, that energy, that emotion, sometimes those thoughts, you're able to think of them in a different perspective. That was huge when I realized that. And I used that for my letting go. Like whenever I used to do a lot of letting go, like little moments for myself, like rituals, which is just like me allowing myself to feel those emotions and then reprogramming. I did many of those. Even if I'm upgrading, now it's kind of a habit, but even when I'm upgrading, like to a new version of myself, and I'm grieving my old identity, or let's say I'm grieving an old relationship, or whatever it is, I do this. I do this letting go method, and it helps tremendously. And it might take a little bit, but you have to give yourself the opportunity to feel it out and not suppress it. And after that, I reprogram. So I reprogram my subconscious mind with positive affirmations, affirmation. So I just like been talking all day, so my I feel like my words are getting tangled up. But positive affirmations and affirming is just replacing your old limiting thoughts with your new empowering thoughts. So I am worthy, I'm love, I'm safe, I'm here for myself, I'm gonna show up for myself, I'm my own best friend, I deserve the world, I whatever, whatever aligns with you in the moment, really feeling them. I have a nasty thought. Oh, that's just my old identity, maybe that's a programming. That's not who I am. Who I am is love, bliss, and joy, and I deserve the world. And that's what it is. That's the life that I'm choosing, and that's the reality I'm tapping into. Like not giving the enemy a opportunity. And I say enemy in a way like all those emotions are considered the enemy to me. Like that's not who I am. I am good and I'm love. Also, I listen to sleep hypnosis, so I kind of hypnotize myself every single night with positive things, positive affirmations, abundance. And I don't look at it as outside of me. I look at it as it's who I am. And it's just me embodying more love, more bliss, more abundance. It's already who I am. And it's going to be reflected out because as within, so without. And so that's just like what I do every single day. I affirm, even now that I feel way better than I did before, I still do it. I still tap into gratitude. I still tap into, you know, my affirmations and meditation and just being as calm as possible. And even sometimes when things don't go as, I think they're not going as I want, because sometimes universe is always working behind the scenes. Sometimes things are working in your favor behind the scenes and you might not see it, and you might just be projecting so many things in the moment, and you might be like, oh my gosh, like nothing is working in my favor. But things are always working in your favor. Why? Because that's what you're affirming and that's what your new belief is, right? So that's what it is. And it goes deeper than that, and I'll do another video. But when you just even say that, when you even put your energy on that, your subconscious mind is going to start looking for positive answers for you, not wrong answers. When you're saying things are always working in my favor, subconsciously, you constantly start saying that to yourself all the time. Your subconscious runs 95% of your day. So it's going to start looking, it's always looking for answers for you. It's going to start looking for things without you trying, going to start looking for things and reacting in a way where things are always working in your favor. You know what I mean? So it's huge. Language is huge. Just be your own best friend, you know, and hang tight. And yeah, you might have to release those energies. And I know that it might not feel good. You may cry, you may be angry, you may feel fear, but you have to feel them out. Feel them out so they can be released. And that's just what I do. And that has helped me so much. And I know it has helped many, many people. And like, if you want to try it out, definitely like recommend, but feel them out and don't listen to those thoughts, because those nasty thoughts, especially if you've been telling yourself for a while, especially if you heard it for a long time, especially like you start believing them, those toxic things, like it's just so like sucking, soul sucking. It's like sometimes if you really put the energy, you get in a cycle and it's like you're stuck. you're going to sometimes have to kind of try really hard to crawl out of that. Like you're gonna want to sometimes come back to that, but you have to force yourself to create that new neural pathway. You're gonna have to force yourself to kind of put your energy on that new belief, that new affirmation, that new thought process, that new habit. You're gonna have to really try. You know, you're starting to feel some emotions that you're not liking. You're starting to feel upset about something. You're starting to have like these maybe feelings. Just breathe, calm your nervous system down, breathe, say these positive things to yourself, and know that everything is working in your favor no matter what, even if it doesn't seem like it, that you love yourself no matter what, and you're going to show up for yourself because you deserve this. You deserve the world in this reality. In this lifetime, you're only going to be you once, and you're going to appreciate all the gifts that, this universe, this life has for you, because you're already a miracle just standing here, being able to literally experience and embody all your desires. You're the one that chooses that. And everyone goes through challenges, yes, but you have to try your very best to choose the light. And it gets easier. And before you know it, you're going to see the light, and then you're going to know that the light was always within you. And it's going to just be so much easier than what it was before, So definitely a challenge sometimes, but it gets better. It gets better for sure. I mean, I those things have really, 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 really helped me. And whenever I'm going through something, I do those things. And I remember I used to do them like almost every month. These like processes. Now I don't do them as much. Just whenever I do feel the need to, but definitely reprogramming your subconscious mind, hypnosis, affirmations, meditation, all of those things. Also, if you can't do it yourself, sometimes like still do these processes, but maybe seek outside help, therapy, mentors, etc. Releasing that suppressed energy, super important for me at least, and I think it's so like useful. But don't listen to those thoughts. When you're releasing the suppressed energy, thoughts may come up, and your body's gonna your ego's gonna want to project those things like, no, you know what, it was his fault or her fault, it was that situation, it was my past, it's how I grew up, is that situation that happened to me. You just have to feel it out, because then you're going to continue manifesting those things into your life, because the emotion is habitual. So you're going to have to just be like, you know what? It's okay. Just allow yourself to feel it. It's just energy flowing through. And, if you're manifesting certain things in your life, it's because the energy already existed within you. So you just have to allow it. And I know that's hard to swallow sometimes, because, like, who wants to be responsible for certain things happening in their life? Like, and I'm not saying like extreme things. I'm saying, like, for example, you always get cheated on or something, and you're like, why the heck, do I want that? I'm not going to manifest that in my life. Of course, I don't want that. But if you just open yourself up to just open yourself up and remove judgment and shame and all that, and just think about it. Like, if you're used to, first of all, if you're saying that, look at your language and what your thoughts are. And if you're used to a certain feeling, you're going to manifest certain situations in your life. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you can feel like this again in a way. You feel me? So you have to really let that energy flow through, and then just affirm it. And your thoughts may like tell you, no, it's because all men are cheaters, or they're bad, or whatever your story is, right? This is just a hypothetical, just so I can kind of give you an example. But just be like, you know what? That was my old habitual self. I'm just going to align this new version of myself, and just allow myself to flow and not believe the thoughts, not believe the stories. So use this with absolutely anything. Doing it for like by yourself, like I've done most of the letting go and things by myself, and they have really helped me. But sometimes I understand that you may need help, like extra assistance. So definitely there's always ways to find that and reprogram that, and just additional something else that I really, 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 really recommend that has helped me is Ho'oponopono, and that's a Ho'oponopono prayer. It's a Hawaiian, like an ancient Hawaiian prayer, and many people have used it. And it's kind of, you can use it for manifestation as well, because obviously you have suppressed energy, you're vibrating at that frequency, and so if you're vibrating at scarcity or lack or whatever, and you're trying to manifest abundance in your life or a certain lifestyle or love, and sometimes you have certain energies within you that block you in a way from receiving that, like you're not allowing yourself to receive what is, or that relationship or that abundance or that lifestyle or whatever. So Ho'oponopono, it's like a prayer, and it's like, I love you, or I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it kind of goes on repeat, and it kind of goes deeper than just those four words, because sometimes we have to forgive certain situations because we have anger within us, or we have like a story that we're attached to, or sometimes we have to forgive ourselves for allowing certain things into our life, or certain allowing certain boundaries to be crossed, or whatever. So it kind of takes you to this journey, like, I'm sorry, and you can say I'm sorry to that person that you need forgiveness to forgive, or I'm sorry to yourself, and then thank you, I love you, and then et cetera, et cetera. So it kind of goes on repeat. And they have these things on YouTube where it's like you can just listen to them on repeat, or you can record yourself. I think I use the app Parrot. I think it's called Parrot. And you just repeat your affirmations. And so you can just listen to them at night or whenever you're washing the dishes. I like doing it whenever I'm around water, because water is very powerful for manifestation. So just FYI, this is just what I do. So whenever I'm washing dishes, or whenever I'm taking a shower, or whenever sleeping, because sleeping you're more receptible, or whenever I'm swimming, I listen to these things, and I really tap in. And you would be so surprised, just side note, on the power of forgiveness and just allow and letting go of control, because sometimes there has been situations where I do this work and I really surrender these emotions. I give them to universe. I allow myself to feel. I reprogram it after, and I wake up and it's like the problem is solved. It's literally like the problem is solved. It's like there's I can't really describe it because you have to kind of go through it, but Ho'oponopono, definitely recommend. And yeah, just being kind to yourself the whole way through. Just remember, like, be your own best friend, be kind to yourself, listen to what you tell yourself. It matters. Your body listens to you. So just become aware of what your thoughts are, and especially what comes out of your mouth. Because if it's coming out of your mouth, that definitely means it's so ingrained in your mind sometimes that it's just like flowing through. So then you can start being aware of what's in here, what your thoughts are. And if they're not helping you, if they're disempowering you, try to reprogram that, because like you're with yourself 24/7, and you already have probably, everyone has their own perspectives of everyone. You want this to be a good place. You want this to be a place where it flourishes. You're with yourself 24/7. You're going to be with yourself afterwards. You're always with yourself. So just really heal, really nourish that part of yourself, work on self-love, self-concept, and hopefully this helps. Hopefully some of this stuff that I've shared, you can try it out and see if it helps you. Um, and it does get better. So hopefully you try it out, and I will talk to you all in the next episode. Bye.